Aloha.
Hi, Dave.
Phil.
Phil, yeah, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Can't complain. What's up?
Just taping an interview to run next week on the day that we do a premiere for the new Truckin Up To Buffalo.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
And we'll give it a chance to plug that and also talk about your wonderful book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And at the end, if it'd be okay, I understand they furnished you with an ID to do for me.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. Appreciate your time, Phil.
No problem.
Dave Lawrence with you, and today I'm joined by a legendary, very kind man who is a gifted artist and has had a world of experience he can share. He's one of rock's most well-known and loved bassists. You can learn about his adventures in Searching for the Sound, My Life with the Grateful Dead, and relive a part of it at our Big Kahuna screening tonight of Truckin Up To Buffalo. It's a pleasure to welcome for his first time on 105.9 The Big Kahuna, the Grateful Dead's Phil Lesh. Aloha, Phil.
Hey, Dave. How's it going today?
It's great, man. Thanks for being my guest again.
It's always great in Hawaii, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Can't complain out here. And the last time I spoke with you, oddly enough, was in Boston and at the Orpheum. I set up a broadcast, and we did one of your shows there in late 2001 for the classic rock station WZLX I was at.
Oh, cool.
So it's great to speak with you again, and as an exciting new DVD and CD release from the Vaults is coming out, Truckin Up To Buffalo. And I'm always curious when you guys put things from the Vaults out, and a lot comes out from the Dead. How involved were you in the selection of this particular 1989 stadium show?
Well, here's the deal. I personally am not involved at all in selecting the shows or in mastering them or doing anything like that. So that's pretty much the province of David Lemieux and Jeffrey Norman, our crack team. And so, and this is a video, is that right?
Correct.
Oh, well, so it just goes to show. I had no idea. They don't really tell me what's coming out or when. I just hope and pray and assume, I guess, that there's a continuous stream of product and of material coming out, because that's sort of what that's sort of what the Vault is all about.
That's the thing. One of the things, Phil, that I love about the Grateful Dead is when you talk to Bobby or Mickey or yourself. It's wonderful how, and it's very different from other groups, I think, in that you have there's so much of a volume of work. You actually, the band members themselves often aren't maybe involved in its release so much as a staff, as you say, a crack team of experts.
That's right. That's right. And all we know is that we just want it to get out there, and that we have a team that takes care of business. So, it's a good thing to have happen.
I think it's a wonderful way of doing it, and I applaud you for being so confident in your team that you just turn them loose in your vaults, which I'm sure a lot of fans just salivate at the thought of getting to walk around and take a look at that stuff.
They have vast experience in that, so we're good.
Yeah, no, you've got a great crew, and there's no doubt. And that year, 1989, I always see that as sort of a turning point year for the Grateful Dead, because that was the year that the camping and vending scene ended with that summer tour. How did you've done many years with the Dead. How do you look at that 89 year? What are your memories?
I don't really. That's one of the years that kind of like faded for me. I don't really remember it that clearly, I'm sorry to say.
Sure. But you remember when you guys had to make that decision to finally pull the plug on the camping and vending?
Very, very vaguely. It was something that management, I think, if I remember correctly, presented to us as pretty much an accomplished fact. It was just getting out of hand. We had to do it.
And that's how that went down with you guys?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's wild, to know it from the inside. When you
Don't take that as the inside, man, because like I said, it's a little fade.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, each of you have a different perception, which is, I think, the great thing about getting to talk to different members of the group, and tapping into your legacy from different perspectives.
Yeah.
I wonder, does it ever occur to you, Phil, that the fact that you guys had a sanctioned community living in your concerts and following you around, it really does separate you in rock history from almost anyone else?
I suppose.
I mean, it seems to me it places the Dead in a very communal way, a lot more in touch with their fans, perhaps, than other groups.
Yeah, perhaps, but that's always how it was. I mean, that's how it was in the Haight-Ashbury That's how it was when we first started touring nationally, and it just kept growing that way. And we never felt like it was always a little painful when it got so big that we couldn't really connect with the audience while we're performing. Stadium shows, they're a gas at first, but then you realize that, hey, there's 80,000 people out there, and every one of them looks like an ant.
And that's very revealing. So at first, it was a gas. It was a rush.
Sure. Oh, wow, the power, the glory, the grandeur, and all that. But then, where's the people? Where's the intimacy of the feedback that you can get in smaller venues? And that's why I had so much fun on my book tour, shaking hands with people face to face, close up, talking to them. Asking them how they're doing, are you a musician? Everybody's got a little story they want to tell me about their experience with the Grateful Dead, and it's really empowering and really, I don't know, it completes something. It fills a gap in my consciousness of what the community's all about.
So in putting out Searching for the Sound, you really did bring yourself a lot closer to people.
I think so. I think so. Just because of the ability I have at these book signings to get to see people up close.
And that's cool. So you're interested and it's very positive of you that you would be so curious about your fans and interacting like that, wondering if where they're coming from, whether they're musicians or how they evolved it to be the fans they are.
Exactly, and it's particularly interesting if they are musicians, because then it gives you the sense that what we've been doing and what we've been trying to do musically hasn't fallen on fallow ground, as the saying goes.
And on that note, Phil, if people go to phillesh.net, they can explore this thing further that I'm going to bring up with you. I think the fact that you not only you've done the book tours and gone out and been close with the fans that way, but now you have this thing where you have Wolf, Jerry Garcia's main guitar during the 70s, and you're utilizing that as a way to assist your charitable Unbroken Chain Foundation by allowing fans to sort of have a unique opportunity to tell us a little about it.
Well, what we're doing is we've been the guitar, the use of the guitar has been donated to us by the person who bought it at auction when Doug Irwin put it up on auction. And this is one of the two guitars that was returned to Doug Irwin as indicated in Jerry's will after a big lawsuit had to go down. Mm-hmm. So this owner, who is a musician and has played the guitar but not in public, only on recordings and in rehearsals with his band, he wanted to put it in the position of continuing to give the gift of music and of community and of healing that it's so capable of doing. So we're auctioning off on eBay 2 opportunities to play the guitar, to play Wolf with my band at a sound check in Denver, and that's in a bidding basis. So the highest bidder takes that home. We're also inviting people to send in CDs so that 2 musicians, one at Red Rocks and one at the Denver Fillmore, we're going to give those 2 musicians a scholarship to play the guitar with my band at a sound check.
Wow!
So, and I've just finished going through 60 CDs of material
submissions.
Submissions that have come in the mail in the last week or so, and I'm going to make my decision in the next couple of days.
That's happening, Phil. That's a unique way of getting people involved in the music, and people they would have a chance to basically play one of Jerry Garcia's legendary guitars, and with you.
With me and the guys in my band, and play a song of their choosing. It'd probably be better if we played a Grateful Dead song, because that's what we know.
But you're keeping it, but by the sound of it, you're leaving that open. It would really be.
It's going to be as open as it can, and that's the way we want to do it.
Could it be an original from one of the fans?
if it's easy enough for us to learn.
Damn, Phil, you're cool like that. That's really something else. When you were putting out Searching for the Sound, did you see it ever, like, as you had to set the record straight from other people's version, maybe like Rock Scully's, who had told their Grateful Dead stories before?
Well, not so much that, but I just knew that the true inside story had never been told from the standpoint of any band member. And since that is the core experience, the unique perspective that really generated the whole thing, that I felt it needed to be told. And so and it was funny because I kept having these great flashbacks of events and incidents in the early years, and I thought, geez, this is so vivid. Maybe I should try to write this down and see what comes out of it. And so it came out reading pretty well. So I decided to go ahead and write the book.
How much did you involve the other band members once you came to that decision?
Well, I asked Mickey and Bobby and Billy just some questions about things about. For instance, I asked Bobby stuff about his early life that I didn't really know that much about. Things that happened before I met him. And Mickey gave me some insights on what happened the night that he met Billy at the Count Basie gig at the Fillmore.
Wow.
Stuff like that, little details.
Okay, so just things to help you finish out the picture, so to speak.
Yeah.
Nice.
Color.
Yeah, color, right.
Yeah.
A lot of fans, I do a weekend show here that Dennis McNally has helped me set up, and it's called Midnight Dead, and it's been on for over a year, and we do it on the weekend, and it's all just the commercially available live Grateful Dead, but Dennis has allowed us to spike it with music from some gigs here in Honolulu back in 1970.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And do you have any recollection? I know that's going way back into the...
I don't remember the gigs at all, but I just remember being there in Honolulu and having a really good time.
You dug it here?
Yeah, oh God, it was our first trip. And I think I actually described sailing. No, maybe I left that one out. I mean, I had a really cosmic sailing experience out of Ala Moana Yacht Harbor after we did our gigs. So I stayed over a little while and went sailing out in the Pacific there.
How long did you stay?
A couple of days.
A couple nights?
A couple days.
Couple days.
They're all the same,
Well, that's cool. See, and what other Hawaii experiences do you have?
Well, I've been going on back and forth there for quite some time, and it's always a gas to go there and just sort of flatten out.
How often do you get out here? When was the last time you were in?
January 03. So
nice.
Not that often, but I'm always ready to come back.
I'd like to roll out the red carpet invitation. It would be an honor if you would consider bringing Phil Lesh and friends, or come to do a book tour, or do an appearance to generate funds for any number of charitable causes. I would love to be the first to welcome you back.
Oh, thank you, Dave. You never know. These things have a way of generating themselves somehow. And that's definitely could happen. I'd love to come over there and play music. I know that. I
would love to have you. I got a promoter who brought the Doors recently out here, and he brings bands and comedians and stuff. Uh-huh. And I'll try to get his people to talk to your people, because it would be a wonderful thing, Phil.
Good. Well, let's see what happens.
And finally, are there any plans afoot to honor the 40th anniversary of the Grateful Dead with a tour or project?
Well, we know everybody knows it's the 40th, and we all want to do something, but nobody knows exactly what. And we haven't been able to figure that out quite. And not only that, everybody's pretty much in their own space. Bobby's out touring with his band, and I'm doing my gigs in Colorado, and I'm doing the book tour, and I'm bringing my band out in November. Phil Lesh and Friends is coming out in November. So everybody's pretty active on their own level, So it's hard to say what's going to happen. Everybody wants to try and do it, but we just haven't been able to figure out exactly what.
Well, certainly we'll be waiting to see how it pans out, and please, when you're scheduling your dates in November or whenever with the band, do try to keep Hawaii in mind, Phil.
I definitely will. But that might have to do with any offers that might come in. So,
yeah.
Dave, if you know of anybody out there that...
I'm sorry?
if you know of anybody out there that wants to bring my band to Hawaii, have them contact us.
Okay. No, I will. And
you know how to get a hold of Kathy.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I do know how to reach her, and I will do that. So I can refer a promoter to her.
You definitely may. Oh, actually, you know who you should have him talk to?
Yeah.
Jonathan Levine at Monterey Peninsula Artists.
Yeah, I know Monterey Peninsula.
Yeah, I don't have that number.
No, I have a booking directory for them.
Yeah, great.
I'm very familiar.
Jonathan is our ace booking agent. We've been together since Phil Lesh and Friends got started. So
Levine?
Yes.
Okay, at Monterey Peninsula. Very good. The book is Searching for the Sound, My Life with the Grateful Dead. The new DVD, and also it will be released as a CD too, is Truckin Up To Buffalo from the '89 tour. And there is also a new Dick's Picks Volume 35 out too from the...
Boy, we just keep the hits coming, huh?
You sure do, Phil. It's a unique situation when the band's people are entrusted to put out this much stuff, and it just keeps coming, and we all appreciate it, Phil. So it just
as long as everybody enjoys it, we can't go wrong. Huh?
It's been a treat talking about it with you here on 105.9. A big mahalo.
Same to you, Dave. And God bless everybody out there.
That's very kind of you. How was that as an interview, by the way?
It's just great. That's just great. Not too long, not too short.
Nice.
We covered some ground.
Nice. Good to hear from you, man.
All right.
Phil, you're a gentleman. I appreciate it, man.
All right, Dave. If I do get out there, come on out and say hello.
Oh, please. I hope that if we get you out to the gig, maybe I can lure you over to the studio.
You never know. I would be happy to do that probably. So here, are you ready to?
Yes, sir.
I'm ready for my close-up.
And I'm ready to take it for you.
All right. Hey there, it's Phil Lesh from the Grateful Dead, and you're enjoying the ride with our good friend Dave Lawrence. Aloha, Dave. Thank you very much, Dave. We'll be talking to you.
Be well, Phil. Aloha.
Aloha.